Sometimes it baffles me how the church take advantage of some of the members, and then when they retaliate, they see them to be the bad person, and then they attack as unholy in a way. A woman narrates a story of how they got expelled from their church after the husband has been contacted for a job. When they requested or demanded for the pay after a lot of trials and then finding a way to get it. At the end of this story, remember this: in your next life, marry an ambitious woman, a woman that can stand for you, a woman that is really loyal to you. Let's get into the story. Welcome to the Comb Show. Please like, subscribe, and share, and come back for more. My husband and I are members of a popular church here in Accra. We had a fundraising program for 4 months ago in aid of completing our church. We hadn't finished the last floor. The total cash received was 68,000 cedis and 14,600 in check, and the pledges were worth 30,000 cedis plus. I personally wrote down these amounts because the church had already told my husband that he would be in charge of the project. Smart woman. The next very day, he was asked to get people to start work immediately. 2 weeks into the construction, they didn't give my husband any money. Apart from materials they provided, they didn't give my husband a penny. When Habi asked, one of the church pastors in charge asked him to use his money to pay the workers because our general overseer needs to approve the cash before, and some plenty stories. Even most of the materials were donated: sand, water, cement, and other things. 3 weeks, 4 weeks, and on, they didn't give my husband any money. He used everything he had on him, hoping that the church would pay. So when he couldn't pay the workers anymore, he stopped the work, but was called immediately to resume with the promise that he would be giving the money on the coming Friday. The last floor was completed within 2 months, and Habi hadn't received anything. He took a loan from his friend to complete the work. They kept asking him to go and come. Me, I was out of patience. I didn't care if it was our church anymore. I kept pressuring Habi to insist on taking the money, but he was still reluctant. We became broke there and then. I called the pastor myself in front of Habi and asked when they were paying the money because we needed it. The pastor told me not to worry, and it was between my husband and them. I quoted him straight that the two shall become one flesh, and asked again that, so when are we getting the money? Strong woman. He dropped the phone on me. I didn't call again. I relaxed. Before I continued, the money was 48,700. That is the money they owe them. The next Saturday after church, I had my husband's hand straight to our head pastor to ask for the money from him. He laughed and said we should come to his house the next day for it. We kept going to no avail. I lost it. I became angry and was ready to do whatever it takes to take the money, even if it meant leaving the church. So after church on Friday, that was 3 weeks ago, I approached him with anger and mentioned all the money the church made from the fundraising, and asked why they can't take just 48,700 to reward my husband or his efforts. He got angry and asked me to leave his presence and allow my husband to handle it. I told him that if we don't get the money on Saturday, that's the next day, I'm saying it in front of the entire church, and I will take the money before I go home on that Sunday. My husband was called around 2 on Saturday afternoon to come for the money. He went and was given 20,000. When he came home, I told him it wasn't enough. He took a loan of 15,000 from his friend, so if he pays, we will have only 5,000 left. He kept asking me to calm down, and whatsoever I said no. I called pastor with his phone because when I call with mine, he won't answer. I told him that if we don't get the whole money today, I will still go ahead with my plans tomorrow. That's Sunday. By 5 p.m., someone came to our house to deliver the remaining 28,700 in cash with a letter in it that said, my husband and I has been expelled from the church. Habi wanted to go and beg. I said no, he won't do that. He will attend a different church. The church received all this money and they still wanted to use my husband for free. It took 4 months to get the money from them. Why? Who then will keep all that money? because it's not like the church is doing anything for anyone. Our pastor has about 3 cars. All these is not enough for him. Me, I didn't allow. I'm a Christian, not a fool. That's what I told my husband. Sometimes I just wonder if I was wrong. Sometimes I feel bad. I don't know. I hope I did the right thing. What do you guys think about this story? Please leave your comments in the comment section. Personally, I think that's just the right thing to do. In the first place, the man was employed. His services were requested. They didn't ask him to do it for free. You employ a person on a contract. When the person does a job, you pay the person. And then it's a construction work, and then laborers needs to be paid. You know that. Pull it from his own pocket and do that. Unless he chose to do it. He was doing it to get paid. He should be paid. Even the Bible says workers should get paid. You shall eat from the sweat of your head or your handwork or something like that. But that's just my opinion. What do you guys think? I'll be waiting for your comments in the comment section.